Hi guys, we have a lot of news, so I'm going to get right on it. This may have to be two, I'm not sure, but there's just been a lot of stuff going on. Today's Friday, May 27th. Let me just get right off with, on May 22nd, on the HuffingtonPost.com reported that the Syrian death toll is over 900, and we're not doing nothing to help that. We're helping cause it. You can read this article there. Bill Gates says he wants a 90% vaccination rate worldwide. Now, why Bill Gates is involved in anybody's children being vaccinated is a mystery to most people. Excuse me, but his family helped start Planned Parenthood, which is abortions, and so now he's continuing that by wanting to push vaccination rate for kids. You can read that on naturalnews.com. The tornadoes in the Midwest have just been getting awful more and more. These are they say the worst storms in 50 years, but if these same storms would have hit 50 years ago, more people would have died. It's just more signs, from the Bible about increased weather. Another volcano in Iceland erupted. Some really awesome pictures if you look it up. This is from Bloomberg.com, but it's on every site. And it's also causing airports to shut down in the UK and Ireland, and it's just something to keep an eye on. I have a video from May 23rd. I think I got this from Charles. A man in a wheelchair was arrested by police, and he was drinking a beer in his wheelchair, and they told him to stop, and he said no, and obviously he was wrong for saying no. You're not supposed to be out drinking in public, but the cops just picked this guy up out of his wheelchair and slammed him on the ground, slammed his head to the ground. They taught this guy a lesson. You just don't say no to the cops. It's just awful. You watch it. That's from NBCWashington.com. In Minnesota, they, like all states and the federal government, they asked local pastors to come and open the sessions with prayer. And this guy in Minnesota, pretty much, he didn't name Obama. But if you watch the video, it's pretty good. He said a prayer, and then he's like, every president since '08 has prayed to Jesus, and it was just, then they dogged him and said he could never come back and all this stuff. But he just told the truth is all he did. This is from May 23rd on theblaze.com. A New York teacher was fired because of her Christian faith. She was teased and harassed and then terminated for being a Christian. This is from New York City. In Great Britain, a doctor lost his job because he shared his faith with a patient. He talked to this patient about God, and the patient complained, and they fired the guy. So just more and more, persecution on Christians. There is this really weird article from naturalnews.com. There's this family that is selling rabbits, bunny rabbits, from Missouri, from Nixon, Missouri. She started selling bunnies as a part. The family let her daughter start selling bunnies as a way to teach her son, not her daughter, about hard work. And Big Brother found out about it and said that they have to pay more than $90,000 in fines because they sold more than $500 worth of rabbits. And if they fail to pay by Monday, May 23rd, the fine will be $4 million. So here's this family that sold rabbits for $10 a piece, and the government stepped in because they weren't paying taxes on selling these rabbits and fined the family $4 million. This is you can just type in USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA fines family $4 million for selling rabbits. It's insane. Insane. I got some stuff here on Facebook for Autumn. Good luck, Autumn. Good job for winning the regionals. You go to the state. There was a guy, this is from Tuesday in South Carolina. A guy was kicked out of a national park because he had a Vote for Ron Paul bumper sticker, which the park ranger said it offended him and made him leave the state national park. So much for free speech, right? In New Mexico and Arizona, the TSA, well, this is just Mexico, but they found out later that they're doing it in other states. The TSA was going to go in and search kids before the prom. Parents complained, so of course the TSA backed down, but then you find out that they're doing it in other schools. So it's not just airports, man, it's bus stations, train stations, now proms, it's going to be malls, football games, basketball games. It's going to be everywhere. There's a pretty cool video on Coast to Coast from Tuesday that has chemical trails over Dover Air Force Base. You see them here in Michigan all the time. More stuff on the weather, the tornadoes. They're having this is from Tuesday. In France, in Paris, they're having an internet summit to discuss online rules, to tell you what you can and cannot do on the internet. And in relation to that, in Fox News, Obama has created a new post called the Liberal Damage Control Position. And what it is they're going to monitor all websites that say bad things about Obama. And that they're going to pass a bill to say that they can shut these websites down. Again, our free speech is being attacked on a daily basis. In New York, this is from Fox News on Tuesday. There was a war hero coming home. Guy from Iraq was coming home, and the city put flags on all the poles, on all the utility poles. The power company charged the city a bill for hanging these flags on the community utility poles. I'm trying to see how much it was. It was a $5 a flag fee, and the city paid $8,000 to purchase all these flags. So it doesn't say exactly how many flags there were, but it was $5 a flag. So the city, now this is a power company trying to hold the city hostage by making them pay for using their utility pole. I got more articles here on the TSA said they were going to search kids going into the prom. The state of Texas was going to pass a bill, and it looked like it was going to pass unanimously. They're going to pass this bill to make it a felony for TSA agents to molest you, to touch your private parts, unless there's a reason, not just randomly draw people out of line and search them. And it was set to pass like 93-0. And then all of a sudden the federal government sends a letter to the state of Texas and says, if you pass this bill, we will not allow no planes to fly into Texas, and we will not allow no planes to fly out of Texas. So the state of Texas didn't call their bluff. They fell for it, and they voted down the bill. There's a lot going on in Texas right now because of this. So, there's a congressman. This is from Wednesday from RealClearPolitics.com. Republican for Georgia was going through an airport, and he was behind what he calls an old lady, a little old lady, and then there was a child, and then a man dressed in Arab garb. And the TSA picked out the little old lady and the child, and let the guy in the Arab garb go by. And they patted down and searched the little old lady, and boy, we're not being attacked by little old lady and boys. We're being attacked by, according to the government, by extreme Muslims. So I don't know. They just skipped this man, and that just goes to tell you that this stuff is not for them. It's for us. It's meant to make us feel like slaves and to keep us down and get us used to things of what's coming. There was an article here out of Britain where it was out of Britain, but it was in Kentucky. So I don't know why we didn't get the article here, but from the dailymail.com. There was a Ferrari that was stolen. The FBI tracked it down. They found the Ferrari. But the FBI agents decided to take the Ferrari for a spin. And when they took it for a spin, they crashed it. And that it was then the original owner, asked the FBI to pay $750,000 for the car because the car was totaled. And of course the FBI just says, no, sorry, we're not going to do it. You can't do nothing about it. But we found your car, but we smashed it. It's tyranny all over. Here's a quick little thing from Wednesday from theblaze.com. And I've been saying there's no such thing as Republicans and Democrats or left and right. They're all on the same team. It's just they only battle over who's going to be in charge for the next 4 years. But it's almost like wrestling. You see the two wrestlers, boy, they just hate each other. You know, they're going at it. I'm talking like WWE. And then afterwards, they're in the restaurant together. They're in the bar together. They're talking about, you know, how much fun they had. Or you got Bill Clinton, who's like one of the top Democrats. And then there's this Republican senator named Paul Ryan, who the Democrats just hate because he has this new bill he wants in to balance the budget. And they just hate this guy. Democrats literally on TV cannot stand this guy. Well, guy caught on camera, Bill Clinton, who's on the far left, and Paul Ryan, who's on the far right, who don't like each other, just chatting it up like old buddies and talking and patting each other on the back and laughing and just having a good old time. They met backstage at a national debt conference, and they were just good old buddies. And this is how it really is. It's funny because it's just like the WWE. Also from theblaze.com, in Russia, Vladimir Putin, who's about to be their president again, they really believe that this guy is a reincarnation of St. Paul. It's a pretty cool article if you want to read it. It just goes to show you how, just like this Harold Camping out in California, people can take religion and make everyone else look really bad. I got another article here from a senator from Kentucky, Rand Paul. He's been trying to, he's one of the good guys. They haven't got a hold of this guy yet. Trying to balance the budget, and he tried to get the Patriot Act not signed, but it just got signed again. There's a cool, I'm going to run through these here real quick so I'm about out of time. There's a cool cartoon that explains all the banking and federal government and the Federal Reserve called American Dream. You can find it on YouTube. LAPD is now going to be having infrared night vision, and they're going to have a camera that will scan license plates. They can just drive down the street and start scanning plates to see if anybody has any warrants out or tickets out. Not because you've done anything wrong, just because they're going to go down and start scanning. Foreclosure rates are at an all-time high. There's more stuff on the reactor in Japan with leaks, and they're admitting that 3 of the reactors are melt down. They found a sea monster under the Brooklyn Bridge. I think I'm just going to, I don't know how much time I got left, 1 minute and a half. There was a pastor in Dearborn that got arrested for passing out Christian pamphlets. They had to go all the way to the federal Supreme Court to say that he was okay to do that. There's a New York school that one person complained to the ACLU about a cross being shown, so now this school, because of one person, is agreeing to cover the cross. There's an Egyptian man who was admitted to being a Christian, was stripped of his citizenship for being a Christian, so he can no longer be Egyptian because he's a Christian. Schools in New York are going to start teaching teens how to get rid of unwanted babies. You can look this stuff up, man. I'm not kidding. U.S. is going to say there's going to be mandatory black boxes in cars, so whenever you're in an accident, they can bring up the black box and see exactly what you did wrong. Judge rules a pastor can say Jesus Christ at a Memorial Day National Cemetery. And TEPCO admits that there's the reactors are leaking. Catholic charities are not going to be doing foster care no more because the gay people, Americans, are praying more for their health. That's all I got right now real quick. You can check my Facebook page. Love you guys. Take your kelp. Pray for the best. Prepare for the worst. Bye.